can stop this message.
I just got goosebumps. Did you get goosebumps? I got goosebumps. I did really enjoy that movie, by the way. Just 48 hours after an assassination attempt, Bob Marley defied the violence to perform at the Smile Jamaica Concert. Joining us is the night's MC. Well, we never know that. Elaine Wint, to recount the palpable tension of 1976, the electric atmosphere in the park, and why Marley's bravery remains a definitive moment in history. We will also note that she's an iconic broadcaster, having worked in the industry for how many years, madam? How much years it was?
Well, I started at 17 and a half. And I'm not going to tell you how old I am, no.
It's about 31
I still consider
about
myself
31
a broadcaster.
Of course.
Good morning. Welcome.
It's an honor to have you with us this morning. So did you see the film?
Yes.
What were your thoughts?
You mean the film, the Bob Marley?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was a wonderful attempt. You know, they did a great job. But no one film could really capture. I think every director has to focus on his concept. Mm-hmm. And so that's what they did. There was a lot that was missing. And I think there was some plays that were put in that were not, for me, necessary.
Yep.
Okay.
You know, but you have artistic
license.
right.
Yes.
Sim said you were the MC, but you were not supposed to be the MC.
No, never.
So how you end up being the MC?
Well, because the man run away.
And the woman had to step up.
Yeah,
Yes.
so my brother and friend, Winston Williams, was supposed to have the whip with the solid kick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was supposed to have been the MC. And one can understand, it was a challenging time. Energy was, you didn't know what would happen. And I guess he felt he would not be safe and he was not going to put himself in that position.
Give us the backstory for the folks who are watching who don't know. Around that time, lots of tension. Bob had been shot just 2 days before. Everybody was kind of scared for their own safety.
Well, the tensions from the 1976 election were, I don't think we've ever had anything like that since.
Wow.
Yes? And yes, Bob, I think, after the shooting. So remember now, it would have been Sunday was the concert. So if today is the concert, he would have been shot on Wednesday. And then he was, discharged from the hospital the day after, he and Rita. Don Taylor, who actually got 5 bullets. Mm-hmm. And let me say that I think in everybody's estimation, Bob would not have lived had Don Taylor not been there, because he was actually eating a grapefruit in front of him with his back turned, I think. So he got the bullets in his back and the back of his legs. Bob got one in his arm and it grazed the chest, right? But Don took the bullets. So, yeah.
So when did you, Jinx, when did you know you were going to MC? When did they ask you?
The day.
The very day of?
The hours coming up.
Oh my.
But why were you not scared?
Or
why was I not scared?
How were you?
That's a mistake. That's a mistake.
So you didn't even think?
I mean, for me, I wasn't scared because I was more focused on the power in the moment. I was more focused on the purpose and intention. It was to be a peace concert. It was to be a concert about peace and love. It was a concert. Remember now, Bob had written this song called Smile Jamaica. And I mean, it was such a beautiful song. So the heart was light and love and, yeah, let's get together and feel all right kind of thing. So yes, this terrible thing had happened. But then my nature is that I stand up and step out. I'm a forerunner, you know. I was a girl with the afro first on TV. Mm-hmm. I was a girl with braids first on TV, you know. I was a woman who a man told me at the end of Tuesday Forum, Miss Wint, congratulations on handling a man's program well. Yeah. So when you ask, why wasn't I afraid? You know what it was? Never love. I was in love with my country, still am, and I was in love with the music. And I just felt this was something.
Did you do any shows as big as that one before as an MC or no?
I don't remember. I must have. Yes, I must have. Mm-hmm. Because I was in my heyday. I think I was about 25, newly married. Married September, this is December. The children's father is manager at Tough Gang, coincidentally. Yeah, so he would have been at Strawberry Hill with Bob and Rita and was in that convoy that drove down. But remember, the audience stood there almost an hour waiting.
We're going to get to that because we wanted to, if you could tell us how the evening unfolded. I'm just wondering if in that moment you recognized that you were literally being written into the history books in an incredibly major way. Did you get that sense?
I guess not like it's here, but because I was always in the room, in the event, so persons like I and you and Neville have privilege. So you would have been in a space with a Winnie Mandela and a Muhammad Ali and a this and a that and a that. So the moments you are present working in the context of national broadcasting are always like that.
Yes.
So you have that reverence and presence for what it is that you are to contribute, you know?
While the crowd was waiting, what was going on? I think Third World was also on the show? Who else?
Well, the show, Prince Edward's the comedian started, and then Richard Ace trio with his son, and then Third World. And they did their usual set, and then Bob hadn't arrived. And I think what I hear is that Kat used a walkie-talkie from one of the policemen, officers, and spoke to Bob. And after that, they had a little powwow. The women were not aligned with performing. The women felt that another attempt might be made. No, well, Marcia wasn't there. It was Judy and Rita. So and Rita was very much, we don't need to do this because of the threat. But I won't call his name, but very prominent man in government who was at Strawberry Hill said to him, "Me no know when since Rasta take direction from woman."
Oh, nice.
And that was the trigger.
Well, Auntie Marcia actually told me that she left Jamaica.
Yes, I don't think...
Yes, well, she said she had a premonition about the shooting, first of all, and then she felt like things weren't going to be right. So she gave Bob a hello. She said she don't usually do that, but and she left. So I know the night now, when Bob comes, paint that picture for us, when he comes on the stage.
My Lord, 80,000 people in the National Arena. The music is going because you're in a break, so of course the music is pumping. People moving, talking, laughing, and then you hear the sound of the sirens, and you realize he's actually outside coming in. There was no time for a long introduction. Literally, bam, bam, he was right there beside me. He was on my right hand. And all I could do was say, ladies and gentlemen, Bob Marley.
You said 80,000. You said 80,000 people, but how big was Bob Marley in Jamaica at that time?
I would say he was very big. It's interesting how over time that has increased. But remember, for the people who love the music, they are trotting with him from Wailers. Not Bob Marley, they are trotting with him from Wailers. So Bonnie Wailer, Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, that is going through, right? And all of that music was popular. All of that music was dancehall, yeah? And so Bob would have established a practice of great deliberation and perfection and wanting to not just tell the truth, but to encourage people to be the best of themselves. Us, we, as the people of slaves, as the descendants of slaves and post-colonization. And he was very much into the we and them now we have to work it out, but maybe we're not going to work it out. So what you going to do?
Yeah.
You know?
How long did he perform for?
I think about 50 minutes. I mean, people might say it differently, but it was a solid set. I remember reading somewhere 80 minutes, but I somehow don't remember it being that long, but it could have been. So let's say between 50 to 80.
At points in time when I watched the movie and I look even at this, he seemed to be in a trance, Elaine, like he was somewhere else.
Bob often performed in a trance. Bob often performed. I remember seeing him in the Bahamas, and he is in worship. He is in prayer.
Yeah.
He is elevated. He is purposeful. He is speaking to the power and promise of a people. It's not something to, he's dancing, but the dance itself
is
rhythmic and is, sometimes when he was stepping, I would actually see, because I'm very much into my Native American people, and that kind of, it's the same rhythm.
Yeah.
So Native people bring that.
Yeah. I don't know if this is difficult for you or not, but if I ask you to remember one single thing that stuck with you from that night.
That we are love. What stuck with me, I have to call Kat's name again, because Third World was the backing band. It was Kat Core, and Kat played bass, not lead. And China, and Tyrone, and Carrot on percussion. I don't remember who was on drums. Yeah? So, what is it that I left with? The power of the people, the authority of commitment, and how sometimes events take you away from your purpose, and we cannot allow fear to drive us.
What about that iconic moment with the PMs? The opposition and the PM. The iconic moment when he was holding hands with.
No, man, that was peace concert.
That was a peace concert.
Yes, that was a peace concert.
Okay.
Amazing to see you. God bless you.
I am enthralled to be in my happy place.
Yeah.
Great to see you.
I hope I get to do it more.
Amazing.
Wonderful. Bless
Amazing
you.
broadcaster. Amazing executive, corporate trainer, inspirational speaker. Amazing Elaine Wint. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We'll soon come.
Yes.
Sim will catch up with junior nominee Naomi Cowan. Stay with us, please. Soon come. There she is.
And actress in the Bob Marley biopic too.